All right, how about if we get started? Hi, everybody. Contemporary Staffing Solutions thanks you for joining us. I'm Sharon Sow, owner and Chief Marketing Officer. Welcome to our fourth meditation session with Nancy. All of our sessions have been recorded and are up on our website under blogs. Just go to contemporarystaffing.com, plus they're on YouTube. The country seems to be opening back up a bit, which is quite refreshing. I golfed yesterday, and my wonderful dog is being groomed this evening. And finally, I'm excited to meditate today because it has brought me peace and perspective. I would like to introduce Nancy Boudrie, CEO and founder of Awaken with Light. Sorry, Nancy. This is a free series of webinars offered to CSS employees and clients because your mental health is our number one priority. Thank you for helping us, Nancy. I'll turn the floor over to you.
Fantastic. So I'd like to open up with a centering exercise for 2 minutes just to show you how quick and simple, if you're having a moment working and you need to clear the lens by which you see. You've got a problem, you're trying to be creative with a solution, you're trying to write something and you have writer's block, you're in a conflict with someone and you need to take a time out for a second to clear the lens by which you see. These are all examples that for 2 minutes, you can drop in and change the perspective. That's simple. It's you choosing, and choice is the big word here. So let's drop in. Closing the eyes, connecting to breath, or you can choose a soft gaze down. And just be aware of your breath. Now, there is a method to the madness. You're building a mindful muscle. You're dropping into the cognitive, out of the amygdala. So you're choosing to watch the breath. The mind's designed to think, so don't feel like if you can't stay centered, just lovingly bring yourself back. The mind is designed to think. I just learned from a neuroscience seminar I was on, we spend 50% of our time, our wakeful time, wandering our mind. 50%, unless you train it. Mindfulness helps you train to focus and concentrate. So you're just watching the breath. Notice uniquely how it enters your body, how it leaves your body. Notice the sensations. You feel it in the chest. Feel the coolness in your nostrils. And there's no right or wrong way. You're just being with breath. Giving your body and your mind a chance to regulate itself. This is wakeful time, not sleepy time. Notice the breath. You're giving the mind something to do. Okay, now, when you're ready, choose to see from a fresh lens. Make the choice in your mind that when I open my eyes, I'm going to see my room, the surroundings that I'm in, as though I'm seeing it for the first time. Because in essence, you are, as this moment has never been lived. Setting that intention. And then if you have a soft gaze and you didn't close the eyes, just raise your eyes up Choose a focal point and expand your vision from there. So imagine these exercises like push-ups for your brain. There's a method to the madness, and you can start as small as a couple of minutes up to 20 minutes and reap the benefits of being, coming out of the doing and going into the being. Now I want to add some more foundation. The last two sessions, we laid out how to connect to the mind, the emotions, the thoughts, the body sensations, living fully aware, full consciousness, paying attention on purpose, how you feel in any given moment. Mindfulness isn't an automatic process. You don't often find yourself being mindful. Mindful is a process that requires your decision, you choosing to be mindfully aware. So don't think you failed because maybe you haven't even practiced it till you came today. What you're doing is you're building awareness. You're here because you want to take control of your stress. So you remember, you always have choice. You may not have a choice of the external situations, but you have choice in your attitude toward it. This is where mindfulness comes into play. Practice tuning into your thoughts, your feelings, your body sensations. You begin to recognize that much of your stress has a lot to do with your internal experience. So in previous weeks, I taught noticing what you're noticing. What has your attention? Is it thoughts of, I have no choice, there's nothing I can do about this? You want to live in awareness and notice the language you speak to yourself. This holds a lot of wisdom. This is where I want to bring today the attitude, bringing into awareness your attitude and mindful acceptance, which is one of the 7 main principles of mindfulness. So attitude and acceptance. You want to greet your practice with non-judgment, curiosity, and acceptance. Your attitude is your viewpoint or your frame of mind when you're practicing mindfulness. For instance, mindfulness is seeing problems differently, rising to see from a higher perspective, seeing resolution versus conflict. Mindfulness is stepping back and detaching. Let's say you're trying to use the same strategy or approach, and it won't necessarily work. But you're so emotionally engaged and attached, you keep trying and trying. Mindfulness teaches you to step back. More effort can actually lead to frustration, not solution. So this is where we're changing our attitude and fostering the important skill of mindful acceptance. Now, I want to explain what mindful acceptance is not. Mindful acceptance is not thinking you have no choice, you have to agree, giving up. So I want you to listen very closely because the definition we have for acceptance is quite different when we mindfully accept. Acceptance is the state of mind that sees the present moment just as it is. Emotional attachment enters and clouds the situation when we want a moment to be better or different than what is actually occurring. By accepting the moment as it is, you harness the power to make a change. You've heard me bring up before, pain times resistance equals suffering. Pain is what is reality, a challenge, sadness, an unpleasant feeling, physical body pain. Resistance is all the things you do to escape or avoid the pain. By the way, complaining is a form of resistance. So that one is very easy. You can hear your language. This isn't fair. Why is this happening to me? You shouldn't have said that to me. That's what creates the suffering. You can't avoid pain, but you can avoid amplifying it to suffering. So, to be clear of what it's not, you don't have to agree. Acceptance is not liking, agreeing with, or passively resigning yourself to anything. But the resistance in trying to change someone's mind instead of managing your response is where it comes into play. Accepting different perspectives, releasing being mad or hating someone for having a different thought pattern, or wishing they were different, or wish they were agreeing with you. So you can see that's the suffering. Acceptance is not giving up. Mindful acceptance doesn't require you to give up your principles or be passive in the face of disappointment. You accept what is occurring in the moment, and then you act calmly and rationally to promote change. You must see what is truly happening to effectively change it. It is recognizing reality, seeing clearly that something is happening, what the problem it is causing, and then detaching emotionally and allowing yourself to come up with a response of what you should do or what action you should take, if there's any action to take. Sometimes we emotionally are so attached, we take action and then we have regret, right? Acceptance doesn't keep you stuck. It's what carries you through. It lifts you out of the victim mentality into what is the most sensible movement, or what's the most sensible move in this moment. So it's quite active because it points you in a wise action. You don't decide to accept a situation. Acceptance is an action. Acceptance can help you see reality with greater clarity in order to develop a more effective solution. For instance, you may discover you are being met with resistance and need to change your approach on how you come at the problem. It's the action of bringing your awareness to the present moment, acknowledging what is true in that moment, getting out of the mindset of what you wish it was. That's what mindful acceptance is all about. So the exercise I want to share with you today is to help you come out of that emotional attachment to foster mindful acceptance. We call it it's the acronym ABC. So it's mindful pause, a mindful pause. First, your awareness is of the body sensations, the feelings, and the thoughts. B is breath awareness. And then C is connecting your awareness with breath and body. Okay, so let's drop in and practice, shall we? So dropping in, becoming aware of your body in this present moment. Sitting up straight, comfortably straight, not slouching. This is an active awareness exercise. And as you breathe, just gently open up your chest. If your posture is closed, hold your head up. Notice what your body feels like without judging yourself. Just tune in for a moment. What parts are tense? What parts ache? Just being in an observation. What parts feel fine? And just see if you can let go of any tension. Don't overanalyze, just gently breathe into those muscles. See if you can cultivate letting it go. Some pain won't leave that easy. Being gentle on yourself now. Keeping yourself focused on the breath. The mind may wander. As you're tuning into the feelings now. Becoming aware of your feelings. How do you feel right now? You don't need to judge your feelings. Just notice the emotions. And simultaneously, you may notice your attention to your thoughts. Imagine your mind as a vast sky, and your thoughts are like the clouds in it. Place your thoughts on those clouds and just notice them going by. Not going to think about that right now if it really reaches out and you attach to that thought. We're just tuning in to our body sensations, our feelings, and our thoughts. I'm going to stay silent for a moment. Now become conscious of the natural flow of your breathing. Notice your breathing. You're breathing through your nose, your chest, your belly, just like we were doing in the opening exercise. See if you can totally accept your breath just as it is. Now allow your attention to open up and be aware of your whole body. As you sit, including your breathing. Get a sense of your whole body breathing if you can. Don't overanalyze, just observe. You may want to feel your breathing flow up and down your body. You can play around with noticing whether any tension in your body is staying the same or softening. I imagine with every breath, I'm filling myself up like a pitcher of water with new, revitalizing, regenerating energy, chi, prana, life force energy. Exhaling anything that's toxic, the emotions, thoughts, ailments. Connecting your awareness with your breath and your body. And the mind's going to wander. Just bring it back. You can hold your attention with visualization or mantras. I breathe in peace. I breathe out peace. Peace is what I am. Or I am clear. I am calm. I'm connected. Or you can imagine a beautiful sunny day and just basking in the sunlight, filling yourself up. Or moonlight. Just hold a nice gentle smile if you can on your face. Just celebrate how fortunate you are to have this time to practice this mindful pause for your health and well-being. Congratulate yourself for having taken the time to pause. All the benefits you reap by being. You'll be doing much better by taking time to be. Clearing. Clearing the mind, body, breath. Before you leave your sacred space of within, would you like to set an intention for yourself? Something loving and kind, curious, observing, non-judgmental. When I open my eyes, I'm going to see, be more mindful, more present, see with a clear lens. Love and compassion for myself and others. Can't give what you don't have. What you foster within reflects in your outer. And then when you're ready, gently open the eyes. Choose a focal point. Expand your vision from there.
Nancy, that was beautiful. Thank you.
Sure.
That fact from your neuroscience seminar was extremely enlightening.
Isn't that 50% of our waking hours spent mind wandering? I was like, whoa, we all thought we
Yes.
had ADD.
That is something we should be able to lessen with meditation.
Yeah.
And I do want to thank you for reminding me not to fall asleep.
Right.
We need to actively think through changing our perspective to achieve a different outcome and to just change our perspective.
Yeah.
So thank you, Nancy.
Sure. Thank you.
Contemporary Staffing is grateful for all of you and want to give a shout out to all graduating students across the country and the world. Many of you are celebrating virtually, and we are excited to hear so many commencement speeches from leaders all over the world in the coming weeks. So it's our privilege to be able to weigh in on your graduation and celebrate you. In closing, I want to thank you and ask you all for feedback on our meditation sessions and your continued interest in participating in future sessions. Please email marketing@contemporarystaffing.com. I also want to just remind everybody that CSS has started a series of webinars to bring valuable content that will hopefully teach you something new and keep you motivated. Our webinars are geared towards sales leaders, human resource leaders, Salesforce users, and then this series on health and wellness. Join us next week on Tuesday, May 19th, for our next and fourth HR webinar, where Evan Violet, Managing Director at CSS, will engage with Pam Seplow of PS Squared, and they will be discussing how to adjust your culture and talent brand. Our social media sites will provide you with the link to Eventbrite for your free ticket. Contemporary Staffing Solutions thanks you, and so do I. Have a great weekend.
Bye.